Hi, this is Monty from Mopar Vehicles, and here's another one of our detailed vehicle appraisals on a car that's just come into stock. This is our Citroen C3 Picasso. It's a 1.6 HDI diesel, 110 horsepower exclusive, so the top of the range, and fitted with the desirable option of satellite navigation. So quite a rare option. When you do have a look on the internet for vehicles like this with navigation, there'll be very few and far between. Now, the reasons we tend to do these videos, it's all about trust, honesty, integrity. We tell you exactly how it is. Please read some of my reviews on Auto Trader. They do tend to go on for about 8 to 10 minutes. I'm not trying to bore you, but I just want to tell you exactly how it is. So whether you're 2 miles away or 200 miles, 2 or 200 miles away, when you come to have a look at the car, it should be as I've described it. Now, we are all human. I don't miss anything intentionally. I'll tell you exactly what I see on the car, you know, but we are looking at a car that's, what, 9 years or coming up to 9 years of age. It's done 70,000 miles. She's not going to be a brand new car. So I repeat, she is not going to be a brand new car. She will have some, you know, imperfections to it, a few little stone chips here and there, that type of thing. Okay, so walking around the back of the car, you'll probably see there's a tow bar on there. Now, that's a single electric tow bar. What that basically means, it probably wasn't pulling a caravan, and to be fair, the size of this car and the towing capacity wouldn't be a very big caravan. If it did, it would probably be a trailer. Right, again, while I'm holding the camera back on the registration number, please feel free to do any checks that you need to do on the car, sort of MOT checks, things like that. Now, there were a couple of advisories on there. The main ones that I wanted to look at were going to be a ball joint, I believe, and some front and rear brake pads. So when the car leaves me today, it's going to go straight to our prep team. It's going to have these bits and pieces addressed that I mentioned, the ball joint and the brake pads, and it's also going to have a service. Now, from memory, this car's got, I think there was 3 or 4 stamps in the book, and there was an invoice for a service, and of course we'll be doing that as well. Now, these cars are normally serviced once every 2 years or 20,000 miles. So a car that's going to be 10 years of age or something like that will have 5 services, and that will be a full service history on the car. Okay, so tyre wise, it's got between 4.5 to 5 mil on the fronts and about 5.5 and 6 mil on the backs. Okay, now I will show you a few little stone chips here and there on the bonnet area. They're the sort of main ones, and that's going to be addressed when it goes to our prep team. They're not going to be, as I said, we're not going to be painting bumpers and bonnets and things like that. They'll just be touched up, but it's to be expected on a car of this sort of age. Right, we'll start off on the driver's side wheel and tyre. So plenty of tread on there. You've got a couple of little stone chips on the alloy wheels. Again, they'll be addressed, touched up. Hopefully you can try and pick up some reflections. If I move the camera really slowly, you can see that there's no great big digs or gouges. You're going to, again, have a few little stone chips here and there. Most of them are going to be like around the door edges, but they will be addressed. Hopefully that looks okay. Now, I am in a public park, so I do apologise if you see people walking or running past, that type of thing. But that's where I take all my photos and do all my videos. And hopefully you can try and pick up. All looks really good on there. Now, as I mentioned, door edges, etc. There's a few little stone chips here and or little edge chips. They will be touched up. Apologies, the old sun's starting to come out, so apologies if you get a bit of glare. Okay, now you may have picked it up, but there's a little mark on the part of the bumper here. Again, most of this I think is some of this is gonna polish out. Okay, but the bits that don't polish out, we're just gonna touch them up. We're not painting the bumper. Okay, I'll just repeat that, we're not painting bumpers. It's just gonna be touched up, and we'll do the very best job we possibly can. Again, lots of tyre tread, as I mentioned. Rears have got about 5.5, 6. Alloy wheels look really good. No signs of loads of corrosion or anything like that. It's absolutely fine. Just a couple of little marks on it which will get touched up. Now, showing you inside the car. I mentioned it's the top of the range exclusive. So you've got 4 electric windows, electric mirrors, folding mirrors. You've got your cruise control, etc. All these little gizmos in the car. So interior, really good condition, leather, cloth and Alcantara suede. So again, you don't get, you know, it's normally on the standard cars they'll just have cloth interior, but you've got three different, you know, materials here: leather, cloth and the Alcantara. It looks really, really nice and classy with the Alcantara. You've got 6-speed manual transmission. You've got your radio controls down at the bottom there, so it will look slightly different to any of the others that you tend to see because it's got more functionality, Bluetooth for your phone. You've got your air conditioning, so left and right, separate controls, dual zone automatic climate control, and then you've got your navigation screen in the middle. Now, one thing with the navigation, if I do try and switch it on for you, hopefully it will come on pretty quickly, but you'll get the sort of Citroen logo coming up to start off with. Okay, now you may pick up there's a few little green lines that are coming up on the screen. You can't see it when you've got the Citroen logo, but when you've got the navigation screen on, they're there all the time. So I just wanted to point that out to you. Okay? Can't do anything with it. You know, to change the screen, you're going to be looking at about sort of £600–700. But it really, you don't really notice it that much. I mean, you're not constantly looking at the screen. Just wanted to point that out to you. But it will be in our photographs as well. Right. Rear of the car all looks really good. No kind of fraying, damage to seat, anything like that at all. Again, you've still got that half leather and the cloth section of the seat with that Alcantara, and you've got the Alcantara on the head restraints. Now you've got these funky sun blinds that come out of the side of the windows and they retract back in. They sort of clip up onto here. And then you've got these really nice swanky little tables. Let's just pull that open. Typical, there we go. Got these little sort of serving kind of trays, like you'd get on a plane, to be fair, really. Hopefully you can try and pick that all up. Now I have babbled on quite a bit, we're up to about 7 minutes now, so I'll try and scoot around as quickly as possible. So rear parking sensors on the car. As I mentioned about the tow bar. Now there's a little mark around here just behind the tow bar. If you see it, if I point it out, looks like either something's just caught it, or you know, when they're putting a trailer on, it's just caught the back of it there. We're just going to touch it up, but again, I just wanted to point it out to you. Rear boot compartment, all looks nice and clean in there. Now we have asked, we've sent a letter out to the customer about the parcel shelf. There's not a parcel shelf in the car, and hopefully they've still got it, so we can chuck it in the car for you. Let's just show you the back end of it. Okay, so we're just going to go down the passenger side, and hopefully you can try and pick up that again, there isn't any nasty dents, any nasty gouges. All looks absolutely fine down there. Again, tyres, you've got plenty of tread on the tyres. Now, rear section of the bumper here, you've got a couple of little chips, one there and one on there. Again, they're going to be touched up. The passenger side. Again, you've got the same thing with the tables here. They all pop down. You've got a centre armrest in there as well. And here's the other kind of blind that comes out and then just slides back in here. So what it does, it opens all the way over and then slides back into there. There we go. Okay, and we'll just show you the passenger side front. Navigation screen is all still on. Now if you notice there's a few lights on the left hand side, that's only because we haven't started the car up. Trying to give you as good a view as possible of the interior, but I'll try and put as many detailed photos on there as I possibly can. Normally you get about 30 photos on there. The air conditioning is super ice cold. Okay, now there's a couple of little marks along the door edges. Again, they'll get done at our prep team. to 10 minutes now, so I'll try and wrap this up as quick as possible. So along the front of the car, just scoot down just to show you this side as well. Hopefully you can try and pick up the reflections. All looks lovely. Now there's one or two little trolley dents that I could possibly see around the sort of wing area around here. But they're tiny. Again, they'll get done. I don't normally really show these videos, you know, before a car goes into our prep guys. I don't like to do it, but I've just had so many people that have asked me for photos and to do a video. So in terms of the front of the car, this tends to be the worst bit. Obviously it's the bit that is going to be that takes most of the sort of like chips and stuff. So you've got a few, you might be able to see them. There's sort of one over here, there's a couple over there, and there's one or two there, and I think there's 1, 2, 3, 4 sort of chips on the bonnet. So there's about a dozen chips on the bonnet, but they will be touched up. The worst one is that one that you can see there. Okay, there's a couple of little bits and pieces on the front around the sort of Citroen badge, but again, they're tiny little stone chips because this is all plastic, but they will be touched up. Okay, so we're about to 11 minutes now, so I do apologise, I have gone on. I'd like to thank you very much for your time. If there's anything else you need to know about this particular car or anything else we've got on Mopar Vehicles, please don't hesitate to just pick up the phone, give me a call, or send me a text message, send me an email. I'll always get back to you straight away. Many thanks again for your time. Bye bye.